Okay, guys, if you don't like to hear realism, to you it's doom and gloom or fear mongering, this isn't the video for you because I am going to share a dose of my reality, the way I see things right now, and it's not good. Okay, guys, so yeah, I was in a good mood. I am in a good mood. I am. We went away for spring break. It was freaking awesome. We went away with my son and his family. We went to Knott's Berry Farm. They got this amazing Airbnb. It had like, I don't know, 6 bedrooms or something, and it sleeps 11. And well, they're a family of 7, and then me and my husband. So it was just my one grandson was in a bedroom with like it slept 6, and he was in there all by himself. Had like 4 bunk beds and a love seat and a couch. I made a new bed, but it was awesome. And we were like 12 minutes, I think, away from Knott's Berry Farm, so we didn't have to drive an hour and a half, to get there. It was wonderful. The weather was perfect. Just had the best time. It was just great. And while I'm out, I'm noticing that all the stores, the parking lots are full. The restaurants, they're full. Knott's Berry Farm was busier than I've seen it in years. And it's not even summertime. It is spring break, but it was jumping. And all the rides were open, I think, except for one, which is rare because they usually shut down quite a few rides anymore. And they usually don't have all the stands open. Everything was open. All the restaurants were open. Tons of people. I had to wait in line, well, me and my grandkids, for an hour and a half for the last ride we went on. There were so many people there. So yeah, judging by the way people were spending money, or by the crowds, you'd be like, there is no way we can be in a recession. There's no way. But I believe it's because, like I've been hearing over and over, we are at an all-time high for credit card debt right now. People are literally using their credit cards to buy groceries. And I think a lot of people have this mindset, and I'm not saying whether I agree or disagree, I'm just saying I can understand it. They have this mindset that they will never be able to save up enough money to buy a house because what? You know how much houses are these days. They're ungodly. A starter home here in California is 500,000. That's just your cute little starter home. And they want, I think, 50,000 or plus down. And so a lot of these young families are like, it's not even a possibility for them. So why save that kind of money? You might as well enjoy your life. And so they're spending it on doing things and taking their kids out and living their lives. And whereas it used to be you'd forego that because you would think eventually it's going to pay off. I'm going to save money now, but that's okay, guys, because mom and dad are going to buy a forever home and things are going to be a lot better. But a lot of families don't have that opportunity. And so they've given up on it. They've given up on the American dream. And whether you agree with that or not, that I think that's where we're at for a lot of people right now. So they're spending that money that they normally would have been saving. I don't know. I don't know the reason why we're seeing people spending money like crazy right now. Maybe it's because, tax time wasn't too long ago. Maybe some people are just using that. But regardless, I do believe we are in a full blown recession, not just like we're sliding into it. I think we've been in it for a while. And I know the government hasn't come out and said the word. So most people don't believe it, but I believe it. But see, I think that's the thing. A lot of people are like, if you say recession, it freaks them out and they're thinking it's the end of the world. It's not. It just means change is happening and we need it. We need change. And it means that you might have to buckle down a little bit. But it doesn't mean life is going to suck. It doesn't mean your life is over. Life is still great. I mean, my God, look outside. It is gorgeous out. And I'm going to be going and picking up 2 of my grandkids here. And we're going to go up the mountain and go outdoors and have some fun. I'm still living my life. It doesn't mean that it's all doom and gloom. The times of, what was that movie, Grapes of Wrath? Yeah, we need to tighten our belts. You need to make cuts if you can. Try and save some money. Although I know that's a big joke for a lot of people. When you're living paycheck to paycheck, to tell somebody to just put away $50 a week, that's the difference between, having groceries or not. Some people don't have that. And I know a lot of people think that when we go through a time like this, a recession time, when the stock market is like, this is a good time to buy, but that's a gamble. And that's a gamble that poor people can't risk. You if you've got a little bit of money, yeah, good for you. You can risk taking that investment or taking that risk right now because it might pay off. But if it doesn't, it won't be the end. But for somebody that would have to literally use bill money to invest, it could be the difference between life and death. So no, not everybody can afford to buy the dip or whatever it is right now. We're just trying to survive. Like I said, this is a time for survival. The next however long. I don't know how long it's going to be. Couple years, a year, I don't know. Because I don't even think we're fully in it yet. I think it's getting progressively worse. It's not getting better right now. And this is not a political thing. This isn't, I think we're divided. Our country's divided, and it's not necessarily political parties. And I think it's worldwide. It's not just our country. You have this side, which are people that have been fortunate, have worked hard maybe, and they've managed to save. They've managed to do okay for themselves. And they're looking at these people that aren't doing as well and kind of blaming them for being in that position. Whereas a lot of those people didn't have the same opportunities, for one. And you don't know what somebody's life has been like. You don't know what they've had to deal with. So you never should judge anyone, for one thing. But, this side of the aisle is people that are struggling, that didn't have gravy jobs or pensions, and maybe work just as hard as this side, but they didn't have the same opportunities. They didn't have the same type of jobs. So they're struggling and they're just trying to make ends meet. And that's the side it's going to be tough for. The other side, they might feel it a little bit, but if you've got money in the bank and a paid for home and you're going to have a guaranteed income, a pension, and Social Security, it's a lot easier for you. Now, there's younger families that aren't even in that position yet. They're still raising their families. They're living paycheck to paycheck. So this is going to hurt when prices keep going up and job wages keep going down. And this weekend I come home, talk about reality hitting. I'm still on the high of having fun and being out with my family. I go online and I see literally 4 people, 1 family member, 2 friends, and a YouTuber that I follow, all lost their jobs. They got downsized, or the job that they have just isn't happening right now. Where they live, it's according to her, she said it's a tourist economy, and they're not getting the tourists, and her job depends on that. And the other 2 friends, they both had their jobs for quite a while. I know the one guy was with his for like 20 years. And then my family member, who he's supporting a family on his income, is great guy, he's a hard worker, and I don't know, they downsized, I guess. They eliminated his position, and now he's looking for work. So that's what I think we're going to see more and more of. Companies are tightening their belt, which means they're letting people go. And now there's more people out on this terrible job market. And it is terrible. And yes, I see hiring signs everywhere I go. So I know that fools you into thinking there's plenty of jobs. Nobody wants to work. Well, for one, everybody I know is working, except for the ones that are recently laid off. Everybody's working because there's no handouts. There's nobody supporting you anymore. Those days are gone, which that's fine. But now there's more people that are out there working. But the thing is, there's no good jobs. So they're working 2 jobs. So there's less jobs. If everybody that is working 2 jobs, sometimes 3, there's not as many jobs out there. And they're all paying just crap, minimum wage. Forget benefits and pensions. That's not even a thing nowadays. But most jobs are paying minimum wage. Even the ones that require you to have a degree and to have experience, they are still not paying anything. So now, you've got, if you're in a marriage or relationship, both partners have to work. That's a given. And sometimes you both have to work 2 jobs. Nobody's seeing the kids. So yeah, and the thing is, I don't understand why do people that are comfortable, that are doing okay, not all of you guys, some of you are great, I know. I don't want to say it's everybody, but I've seen quite a few that actually come on and act all smug, but saying that that's okay. These people need to work harder. They just need to work harder. And it's just that mindset, that they think it's okay for mothers and fathers to have to work two jobs and not see their kids. They didn't, and they feel like their kids are fine. That's not how it should be. You should be able to work a job, work hard, be productive, work 40 hours a week, 50 hours a week, and then come home and be with your family and spend some quality time with them, not just come home worn out and not even be able to spend any time with your families. But it's like a badge of honor if you can work 80 hours a week and sacrifice your health and time with your family. It's just that mindset that there are people that actually think that way, and that's not healthy. We shouldn't be working ourselves to death, but that's where we're at. You literally have to work yourself to death just to keep a roof over your head. We're not talking about getting ahead. Yeah, we're just talking about being able to feed your family. It's just gotten to be, like I said, we need change. We need change for that reason, because that's not how the world should be. We're not all here just to literally work ourselves to death. I don't think that's how it was meant to be. I think we are supposed to work. Everybody should be productive. Nobody should be a sloth. You should be able to go to work, make a living, raise your family, and live a good life, and not sacrifice your health and then go without health care on top of it. That's another thing. But yeah, so doom and gloom. I'm sorry if that's the way you see it. That's just how I feel right now. I still feel like you can live a good life. You're not going to be prosperous during this time, more than likely. But if you do have a job and you can work and put food on the table, find some time to spend with your family, to nurture relationships, get outside. Just going outside really improves my attitude. Being with loved ones, being with friends, it does make a difference. And taking care of my health, being healthy. So there is still some good things. But yeah, reality is that things are tough and they might get a little tougher. But I think we can get through it if we make some changes. Some of us might have to cut out even more. Some of us might just have to tighten our belts a little bit. Some people might have to look into getting a roommate, somebody to share the bills with. But changes are just going to have to be made. It's just the way it is right now. I'm sorry, guys. And like I said, I feel like I'm delivering this news, but it's not coming from me. This is just, I'm telling you what I'm seeing, what's going on. If you see things different, tell me why. Tell me where I'm wrong in my thinking. What is it that I'm seeing that you're not seeing? Because I went to my grocery store today and eggs, well, I'll show you how much eggs were. They haven't come down where I'm at. I'll show you how much gas is. I went to got gas today. Yeah, I don't see things getting better right now. And I'm not blaming, it's not like I'm blaming it all on this administration or the last administration. I'm saying this has been in the makes for years. It's worked towards where we're at. This has been coming. And I don't think anybody can just change it like that. I think there's a lot of other factors and a lot of other things that we have to look at. So anyway, I am going to go pick up my other grandkids, and we are going to enjoy this day. It's beautiful out. But like I said, I would really like to hear from you guys. What do you think? What are you seeing? Am I just following the wrong YouTube channels? Could be. But like I said, I really think that things are happening, and some of it's for the good, some of it's not. And we won't know until this all plays out. And I don't know how long that's going to take. So anyway, I'm going to let you go on that note, and I will see you guys in the next video.